welcome back. So today I'm going to be filming the part 2 to my autumn, winter, if you're American, fall trend predictions / things no one's really talking about. I'm not going to be talking about stripes or red or polka dots or Jeep print. I love a trend prediction video, but they've all been pretty boring. People just be talking about plaid, cherry red, trench coats. It's like some things inevitably are going to come back every year, and these are things, okay? They're not crazy predictions, and if we're being realistic, those things are probably the things that do make the comebacks and will stick around. However, I want to be unrealistic. This is what I like. Let's talk fun stuff and let me know what you guys think. Before I start, really quick, I just want to show you guys my top. I've done this with a few things actually in the past few months, but look, I've put 2 little earrings on because it's like it goes like cuts there, and I don't like that. And this top I actually wear backwards because looks, you can't really tell, but it's high neckline, and I like high neckline. This is like the lowest I would ever go, but I was like, let me just wear it this way. Also, another thing, in my last trend prediction video, I was talking about backward flat caps, and I hadn't really seen it anywhere mainstream, but I can only say my observations were correct after I saw Kim Kardashian's post of Northwest wearing it, and she looks sick. The netting top that she's wearing as well, really cute. Honestly, Northwest is going to be our generation's fashion icon. Heard it here first. I mean, she already is. Now, I like talking about things that get me excited, and one of the things that has made me so excited to see, and I have literally been scouring the internet for them, vintage pair, are they called culottes? No, like vintage, really pretty cream or white lace long bloomers / culottes. I'm not quite sure which one. To be honest, I haven't really seen them in that many places, just the odd person here and there. But I had to mention this girl on TikTok. Her style is just absolutely beautiful, and she rocks the 3/4 length trousers, her little culottes, and yeah, honestly, she's got insane fashion, and she just knows what works with her. So if you guys need like any style inspo, follow her on TikTok because she is so pretty and her style is so insane. I think this is like a beautiful piece to transition well from summer to winter, especially if you are more floaty or you like a more floaty look. Now the next one is really interesting, so just bear with. Okay, you might be like, no Kat, this is really basic and boring, but it's not. Okay, just hear me out. Okay, big boots / Uggs. Wait, don't click off. I think firstly we need to take a sec to the aunties and the mums and just say our sorries to them, because I literally used to think my mum wearing Uggs was low-key like a criminal offence. Now, I don't want to say necessarily the death of the mini Ugg. I just think more how we've been seeing the mini Ugg styled, but I do think it's time. I don't know, but I do think that Ugg, whatever, could potentially be timeless. But I've seen the mini Uggs done in different ways. I've seen with different thingies on that make them look a little bit more interesting. I've seen them do like a leather Ugg right now, and that is a good fall thing because your feet aren't going to get wet straight away, and people wear Uggs as it is. And in England, I just think people gonna be buying leather Uggs or pleather. I don't know if it's real leather or not. Now let's talk about long boots. I spoke in my last video about people tucking their jeans in boots, and boy have I seen this recently. Since that video is posted, I am just seeing it in so many places. But let me talk about the queen of long Uggs. Now, long Uggs are so ugly but there's something so beautiful about them. I'm wearing them in a way that doesn't actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. But the absolute queen of these like long Uggs is my lovely friend Ash. I love you so much. You guys probably watch her. Like, why would you guys be here and not watch her? So go and watch her if you're not, because she is 100% my favorite YouTuber. Her opinions are so interesting. Her takes are so interesting. She doesn't talk about boring things, okay? You can watch one of her trend prediction videos and know that you are gonna get some things that you've literally not heard any other person talking about. So go follow her. But yeah, she's literally the queen of Uggs. I love how she rocks them, and she's actually inspired me to get some. Well, basically, me and one of my friends are wanting to read the Elvis and Me book, which is what the Priscilla movie is apparently based off, so she says. And so I found it on Vinted. We're going to read it at the same time. And this lady was selling the book, and she was selling these Uggs. So I thought, double whammy, £9, get in my basket. So brought them both. And I'll keep you updated on the Elvis and Me book. But as I say in life, especially I'm talking about long Uggs, there's a reason why a classic is a classic for a reason. And just because we're not seeing it straight away doesn't mean it's not a classic. Do I think long Uggs are a classic? Yes. Also, while we're talking about Uggs, I wanted to mention, I just saw on their Instagram, maybe this has been around, but you guys know those big Subway Surfer looking shoes that I've spoken about? Okay, firstly, I can't get away from them. I think it's when you start noticing something, like you notice it all the time. But I've seen Uggs are doing sneakers. Well, they call them sneakers, trainers, right? And I think they're sick. That's like my vibe. Also, what I would love to see this autumn, these crochet Uggs, but doesn't even need to be crochet, just like I want to see an Ugg shaped boot done in a different way without it being like hyper trendy. Okay, the next one I shan't talk about for too long, but I wanted to throw it in here because I just wanted to talk about it. And I'm not necessarily saying this is a prediction, but I think like materials and textures especially a proper big talking point. And I just thought I'd mention denim, but not just any denim. I'm going to try and slow down because I just had a coughing fit. So I just saw this girl on TikTok with this like stripy looking denim jacket, kind of 60s style. Now, I'm not saying this is like going to be a big thing, but I just wanted to talk about it and throw it in there. I think it's really pretty, and if you guys can get your hands on anything like this or you see it, I would definitely buy it if I was you, because I just really like the look of it. It's just a denim jacket, but it's like a little bit different. Okay, the next one, jewel tones. Now, I have heard this phrase just on articles. I've not actually heard anyone saying it, but they're these more kind of darker shades. I'd say the more like reoccurring colors that we see every year. But historically, gems and things have been used to symbolize wealth or royalty. I don't know. Like, you guys know what I'm trying to say. It's like a dark, strong, deep colors. But don't worry, I'm gonna glaze over the cherry red, and also I'm gonna glaze over the blues and the greens, because I've spoken about the green tones in my last video, but I want to talk about a particular jewel tone color, purple. Now, on my last video, someone commented they can see purple coming back in a Mazzy Star album cover kind of way, and straight away I thought like a light bulb happened. I was like, whoa, that makes a lot of sense. Now, I have talked about purple over the summer already, so I'm not just saying it now, but more particularly this kind of like dark, deep tone of purple. And I've seen it in a few places. Actually, funny enough, one of my friends at the weekend was wearing a Mazzy Star album cover top, and it was that purple, which was so funny. I was like looking at it, I was like, yeah, I can definitely see this. Then I see Madeline Argy post a video on her TikTok about like purple coming back, and that she enjoys the color aesthetically purple. Now, let me just say, if you guys have purple things and you've been attracted to the color purple, then this is your vibe. If you're like me and you've never worn purple in your life, and it's never popped out to you when you're looking through the shop, it's never like you've never thought twice about it, don't go and buy purple, okay? Like, actually don't, because to be honest, will it even suit you? Don't just buy a color thing without not knowing what colors suit you first of all. I know for a fact I'm an autumn girl. I know that autumn shades is what suits me best, so maybe figure that out. Now, I mentioned earlier that I think we're going to be seeing a lot more emphasis on texture, so let me just list to you a few different textures that I think we're going to be seeing, and some of them we probably have been seeing already, but I'm a texture. I have always been a texture girl. I think as a hypersensitive girl, I feel like you notice textures a lot more. I notice textures more than I notice colors. Like, that is what calls out to me. Now, I am going to glaze over this because I've already mentioned it, but I just really want to talk about it in this video, particularly sequins. Now, I can see sequins being done in two different ways, okay? First way is like a fully sequin all over piece of clothes, like fully sequin top, fully sequin skirt. The second way I see it being done is little embellishments, little pretty details with sequins like dingied onto it. And I wanted to mention the knee-high butterfly bikini that I saw on my Instagram the other day, and this is what I'm talking about when I say like little pretty embellishments. I'm talking lelli KellyCore. I'm talking like what else? Like I'm not in a tacky way, but like honestly I can't get lelli Kelly out of my head. That is like the prime, that is how I see it. Okay, I'm trying to explain it, but that is just, if you know you know, if you don't, you're too young, get off. And I also want to talk about this shiny metallic holographic looking material, but not done in like a 2020 kind of way, but I can see it being done in, I don't know, fun ways. Maybe if not this autumn, I reckon maybe next summer in time for festival season, maybe some brands will be coming out and use fabric. I'm not sure, but particularly this sort of chain mail, like sparkly sequin looking thing. I've seen Dolce & Gabbana's fall winter runway that they've just done. It's very much this. Now I was gonna cut this one out, but I decided not to, purely because of the material. Wool trench, talked about it before, I'm not gonna go into it any more than that. But I can see this, well, since last year. I mean, let's be real, wool trenches, in my opinion, I've kind of seen them like massively come in like this time last year. But yeah, trench coat's never gonna die. Okay, the next material, suede. Quite an ugly kind of material, and I have this little suede gingerbread jacket. Let me show you actually. There's this one that Jude got me as a present when I was like 16 maybe, and I still literally wear it, and I think it was from Urban Outfitters, and I got this one from a charity shop. It's Dorothy Perkins actually, but I got this years ago, and I like a high neck like that. So cute. I'm not saying gingerbread coats, I'm not talking about them, but just the suede material in itself. But in subtle ways, we have repeatedly seen suede on the runways since spring summer this year, so I can see suede, you know, making an appearance here and there. But especially with these, you know, we've seen a lot of fringe on the runways especially, and in real life to be fair, but I just think it makes a lot of sense, this kind of western look coming back. And to be fair, I think the main people that have been like pushing suede is Miu Miu, and if you guys know anything about the effect they be having on us right now. Now the next one I mentioned briefly earlier, but chainmail / like these medieval vibes. Now I had to mention this top I saw recently of Hailey Bieber wearing, made of bottle tops, and if you guys know my love for bottle tops, you will know my love for bottle tops is real. I just think metal is quite pretty. And as well, Dolce & Gabbana, we've seen it loads. And I was like sorting my Spotify out yesterday. I only have a few playlists on public, but I looked at my laptop. I have 133 Spotify playlists, and I would say I listened to 110 of them, like on a rotation. I genuinely have a playlist for every vibe, and I genuinely listen to them all the time. But I was this close to making a medieval playlist. What am I trying to say? If that doesn't show that life is getting tough right now, I literally don't know what does. But I was like, no, I have so many playlists. I don't need to make a medieval vibe playlist, because I want playlists that I consistently listen to, and I feel like there's so many playlists already with medieval vibes. So when I'm in my medieval girl era, I will just listen to one of those playlists. But I feel like it's kind of a guilty pleasure, but like, if you're not on medieval music, get on it. Now the last one I want to talk about isn't exactly anything groundbreaking, but I do think we're seeing the rise of this, especially this year. Pointy toe shoes. Not a harsh point, no. And not a round, like somewhere in between. I'm talking a classic black boot, okay? Not even the boot, okay? The boot actually can be interesting. Like, get a pair of Victorian boots or boxing boots. It doesn't matter. But like the heel itself, pointy, but not in like a sharp point, okay? Like flatted off at the edge. But I really hope to see these classic looking shoes coming back instead of pointy, round. Like, let's just have a good staple black Or it still doesn't need to be boring. I'm not saying it needs to be boring, you know. I feel like there's a vibe and you either get it or you don't. So if you know what I'm trying to say, good. But that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is kind of like a part 2, I guess. If you haven't watched my part 1, go and watch it because that one was, dare I say, groundbreaking. But I hope you guys enjoyed for today, and it's a really sunny day and that makes me so happy. So today is a good day and I hope you enjoyed this, and go and follow me on Instagram because I post when I feel like it, okay? When I say trap phone, I really do mean trap phone. See the smashed in that? You can't even really tell. Anyways, please try and keep safe on the streets if you're out there on the streets, and if you're trying to get in any fights, just life is better when you're just chill. And also, if you're struggling to forgive someone right now, try and forgive them, because when you learn to forgive, it's like low-key freeing. So get on it. But I'm gonna go now and enjoy the rest of my day, and I'll see you when I see you. Ring check. Love you.